Hi, this video will give you some insight about how you can be safe in the earth changes that are coming and are already here. I received this message from a wonderful guru, Sri Yukteswar. Who is Sri Yukteswar? He's the guru who taught Yogananda. He has ascended. He left his earth body and ascended to a higher realm and is now in charge of helping other souls to evolve. So here we go from Sri Yukteswar. The earth changes as prophesied are now upon us. You have seen evidence of this in recent earthquakes, tsunamis, hurricanes, the melting of the polar ice cap, and dramatic changes in your weather. Now, this is not the time to despair and wring your hands in helplessness. This is the time to rejoice because it's also a time of great ascension and changes in the energetic climate within humanity. Even as calamities unfold, you also see the evolution of the human spirit as you band together to assist one another. Much love is being generated as your hearts reach out in compassion. It's in a time of great need that great compassion is generated. When one allows that spirit of compassion to come forth, much forward growth also comes forth. Now, I want to just add my little comment here as well as Sri Yukteswar. You have seen in the recent calamities, the hurricanes, the shootings, how that the human spirit just rushes to be of assistance. And we all grieve with those people. We unite. We feel as one. We don't think about racial differences, religious differences. We feel compassion. So let me continue with what Sri Yukteswar has to say. Know this. These earth changes are not any kind of punishment for misdeeds. However, many of the earth changes are resulting partly from how mankind has treated Gaia. Many of us have treated her with utter disrespect out of greed and sometimes, I believe most often, in simple ignorance. Many of us did not realize, and I'm commenting here, that Gaia is a living entity, that she can be hurt. The recent nuclear explosions underground have hurt her very, very deeply to her core. Sri Yukteswar continues. Now pay attention right here. There are no innocent ones. All who are on earth today, every single one, babies, grown-ups, children, grandmothers, chose this exact moment in time to be here. Now why? Because some of us came to be part of the sparks of compassion. Some came to be part of the solution. All of us came with a purpose, even if it was to be part of the resistance to change, perhaps to give others courage by our seeming resistance. Many less lives can be lost in future calamities by being aware, awake, and tuned into your inner guidance. You don't need to be in the area of a tragedy. If you take the time to tune in to what your inner guidance is telling you, Gaia must be respected as the living entity that she is. Make love offerings to her. Send loving energy down to her core. I'm going to interrupt the channeled message just for a minute to say Sri Yukteswar was one who brought this exercise or enhanced an exercise to really connect with the core of Gaia and Father Sky before doing any spiritual practice or just for your own connection so that you can be the divine child. And then he says something personal to me. He says, Rebecca, you've been shown many times visions of Gaia as a woman in travail, as a woman giving birth and in a hard labor. And this is true. Many meditations I've seen Gaia as a woman just perspiring and panting and giving birth and being in this travail that she indeed is in. Now, Sri Yukteswar continues, even as you are being birthed into the fifth dimension, so Gaia is being birthed into a higher dimension as well. Some of you are being guided to move to different areas of the country and the world. And it's not just so that you won't be in the area of a calamity. Maybe you have the skills, maybe just a kind heart to be of assistance to those who are. Even if you're right in the middle of a tragedy, you can be safe as long as you are aware and tuning into your guidance. And I'm going to get to a part here where we're going to talk about changing the outcome. Maybe you did say, oh, I'm going to come forth and I'm going to be one who inspires compassion by losing my life, by losing my property. Let's move on with the message. As you move towards following your heart's prompting, heaven and earth will move to assist you. It's time to get out of the logic of your head and into the true wisdom of your heart. Pay attention and know that your heart will never ask you to do anything that's not in your highest good. There's no need to get into fear and panic. Even if it was your intention to come and be one of the souls who inspired compassion by giving up your earthly life or your earthly possessions. You're going to love this part. You're not obligated to follow through. Awareness is everything. If you're evolved enough to be watching this and to realize, I can change my soul contract, I can change it into something different, then my friend, you're involved enough to do it. State out loud your new intentions. I desire to be of service to Gaia and the ascension, and I desire to do so with no harm to me or to my loved ones. My friends, this is a time of going within more deeply than you ever have before. There are great assemblages of light beings, star folks, interdimensional friends, angels who are rising to help. Trust your own heart's guidance and state boldly what it is that you're desiring. Wake up, my friends. You are not helpless. You don't need to sit around and say, oh, the earth changes. There's nothing I can do. Maybe I'm going to be wiped out in a tsunami. You intended to evolve to the place of being awake. And a great part of being awake is realizing that you are capable of changing your outcomes. There is nothing written in stone. As you evolve, your desires change. And this is from me. Sri Yukteswar gave me permission to add a little more insight into this message. Some of you may be fearful that you did contract, that it's in your blueprint to come here and be a sacrifice, to lose your life, to lose your property, to be one of those who inspired compassion. And what Sri Yukteswar is saying is very simple. Even if that was your intention, now that you're awake enough to know that, you now have the authority and the power to change your blueprint. You're not obligated to be one of those who loses their life or who loses their property. By your awareness of it, new wisdom comes. We need leaders who are more fully awake. And my friend, if you're listening to this and you're feeling, oh, this is so true, it's resonating with me, you have the capacity to be a fully awake leader. You are indeed capable of changing the outcome of your life this very moment. And how? How are you going to do that? Go within. Walk in the spiritual authority that you have. declare boldly. You can declare it with me. I choose to be part of the ascension. I choose to live in joy. I choose to be of assistance to others. And so it is, and so it is. I'd like to thank my friend Sri Yukteswar for this wonderful message. All of you for watching. If this information resonates with you, subscribe to this channel and pass this message along to someone who could be feeling fearful or focusing so much on the earth changes that they're forgetting who they are. Be a love and share. This is Rebecca, and I love you.